Good morning, guys. Welcome to Friday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well. Sun's shining here in Norwich. It's Friday. The weekend's just around the corner. Good day of racing and a decent weekend ahead as well. Not the most prestigious weekend by any means, but a couple of decent Group 3s and some good action from tracks such as Beverley as well to look forward to tomorrow. And today we're treated to a listed race at Salisbury. Really good card there, and yeah, hopefully a day where we do turn form around. It's been a rough week, to be honest. I think we've produced one winner for the day each day of the week since I've been doing the tips as of Tuesday. As many of you know, I was off Sunday, Monday for personal reasons, but yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's been one winner, but it's always been a 1 point win only single. I think there've been odds of 4-1, 7-4, 7-4. So you know, if they were the premium tips, we'd be laughing and that we've had a decent week, but that hasn't been the case. Just haven't been able to get those premium tips and next best bets in. Haven't been able to get them winning, unfortunately. They've been second, I think, both of them on each of the last 2 days. Really frustrating, but you know, that is the way it goes. Many people tell you that bad runs do happen, and it's all about bouncing back from them. And when you bounce back, making sure that a good run cancels that out. So we just need a couple of big days, and that's what we plan on starting today. Today racing comes from Sandown, Thirsk, bang out Salisbury and Wolverhampton, so a decent day of action ahead, no doubt about that, and hopefully plenty of winners coming our way. As I said, we do need a few winners. I'm not shying away from that, but I am confident we'll turn this form around and have a really good day today. So just a reminder, this is a live Q&A session. If you did want to join in that, then please do feel free. Plenty going on for you to ask about. If there are any questions that you do have, yeah, do feel free to get in touch. That's no problem whatsoever. Also, maybe if you're not quite watching this video live, but you do fancy asking a question, or maybe you can't quite get into the Q&A session, remember you can email joe@freeracingtips.co.uk. You can get in touch via Twitter. We're at freeracingtips7, and then it's facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold if you wanted to get in touch via that way. So as I said, decent days worth of racing today. There's a listed event at Salisbury, which is the highlight. And yeah, plenty of action taking place. If you did fancy getting involved in some of the betting, we'll go through our tips for today. As always, we'll go through the premium tip, the next best bet, the just a learner, and then the 2 1 point win only singles. So no place other to start than with the premium tip, and that goes in the 325 at Banger, and it's never never. And this horse was at 13-8 when first tipped. It's now an even money shot, and it has had a bit of support, but there's been 6 and 7-1 non-runners, so 2 non-runners in the race. I mean, the race has fallen apart somewhat, and there is going to be a fairly significant amount of Rule 4, I would imagine. Off the top of my head, I can't quite work it out, but I think it will probably be around about 30 pence in the pound to bet. So that's a bit unfortunate, but of course it does give the horse a much better chance of winning. And if you did get that 13-8, you probably still, even with Rule 4, get slightly better odds than the even money being offered now. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse get backed into odds on. So this horse runs for Donald McLean and has AP McCoy on board, and I don't think many of you will need me to tell you that AP McCoy is in absolutely superb form at the moment. He couldn't really be riding better. I think he's in outstanding form. And he's actually got a really good record on this horse as well. If looking at his free runs on this horse, it reads first, second, first. So he certainly knows how to get the best out of this horse, never never. I think this horse looks to be the best in the race. He's carrying top weight, but I think that's fully justified. And I think he's consistent, doesn't ever really seem to run a bad race, and should have the beating of his rivals here, I think. Free runners means it is likely to be a bit of a tactical battle, but you know, AP McCoy is a bit of a master tactician, and he'll do whatever is needed. If he feels he needs to make the running, he'll do that. Or if he feels he just wants to sit quietly in behind, he'll do that as well. But I don't think there's a man you'd rather have on board at the moment than AP. He's got an excellent strike rate at the moment. He's riding really well, and I think he can get the premium tips back on form with the 325 at Banger. Never never, as I said, was at 13-8, but with those non-runners now around about even money. The next best bet, that's in the 210 at Thirsk, and this horse has been really supported, is Indian Keys. Was at 2-1, now best price at 6-4, so this horse being very well backed, and hopefully that's a good sign for this. Was outclassed at Newmarket last time out, actually, and that was in Class 2 company, and you know, you can fully forgive the horse for that. Running at a Group 1 track in Class 2 company should be much better suited to this kind of test. This is a Class 4 at a track that although it's a good track, it's not going to attract those Newmarket raiders, and yeah, should go much better. And this one has gone close a couple of times this season, a couple of second place finishes, and I think looks to be really well treated at the weights. Actually, I think it could have been a smart move from Connections to even go in that run at Newmarket, because I don't think they were ever expecting much, and the horse has actually dropped a pound from that, and I think he's really well in at the weights here. And you know, I think it's a horse that's crying out to win a race, and I think today could be the day for this one, and especially as it's been well backed. As I said, 6-4 from 2-1. That's shortening all the time as well. Wouldn't be surprised to see this go off, closer to even money with the way it's being backed at the moment. Sometimes that can go the other way though, and all the money comes in early, and then people see the horses perhaps a little bit short. If this horse was 6-4 this morning, would I have tipped it? Maybe not. Maybe a little bit short of that, but a 2-1, I always thought it was good value. So at 6-4, a few people might think that's a bit short, and then start laying the horse, and the layers could come out and it could go off around about 2-1 or so. Again, you do get that a lot, but that early morning money is often the one to be looking at. So yeah, I think that will go well. Indian Keys in the 2-10 at Thirsk. That's our next best bet. Little earner for today, that goes in the 5.25 at Thirsk, and it's all a game currently at 10-1. That's from 11-1 this morning. This horse was run at Thirsk a couple of times actually this season and put in some good performances. It was a really, really close third. I think it was a real bunch finish, and you wouldn't have been surprised if the horse was called the winner. In some ways, it wasn't. Didn't do too much wrong on that day, and so does have experience at this course, which I think is always vital. A bit of course experience in races that perhaps aren't the highest of quality. Trip and going, I think, look to be ideal for It's All a Game in this one. Again, another horse who's running off a decent mark, and I'd expect him to be involved come those closing stages. It's All a Game in the 5.25 at Thirsk is your little earner. Right, two 1 point win only singles today, and they both go at Salisbury, and we start off in the 5.40 at Salisbury. It's Fast Dancer at 4-1. And then in that listed contest, in the listed race taking place today in the 6.40, it's Winter's Moon at 13-8, and that's from 7-4 this morning when this horse was first tipped. So again, a bit of money for that one. So there seems to be money coming for plenty of the tips. As I said, that premium tip race has fallen apart just a little bit, which is a shame. But I still think anyway that we've got some really good tips today, and I think today can be the day that we bounce back. And mainly, the main thing I really want to hit is that premium tip and next best bet double, because a couple of those, and we could turn this week into a really good one if we hit that on Friday and Saturday. So hopefully we can do that today. Looking ahead to tomorrow, another really good day of racing. It's a couple of Group 3s taking place in Salisbury with the Celerio Stakes and the Atalanta Stakes, both coming from Salisbury. They should be good races. And also at Beverley, it's the Bullet Sprint Stakes, and that sees the likes of Pearl Secret involved. Pearl Secret around about a 9-4 shot for this one, and might just have the class in this field. And then the old boy Kingsgate Native as well, also being backed at about 5-1. I think many would love to see Kingsgate Native win. I think he deserves another race, but perhaps Pearl Secret is looking like a bit of a good thing there at 9-4 at the moment. But I'll be doing a preview on both of those races at Salisbury, not the Beverley one. Both those races at Salisbury, they'll be done a little bit later this afternoon. So head to freeracingtips.co.uk/forward/big race, big races, and that's a hyphen between the big and the races, or just go to freeracingtips.co.uk and you should just be able to find those big races on the link there as well. So yeah, they'll come a little bit later this afternoon. Of course, some of them might be tipped a little bit, might be tipped tomorrow, but it gives you a chance to have a good in-depth read of my preview, and then you might make up your own mind and have a horse that you think is an anti-post bet, a really good thing. So do keep an eye on those. But for now, we'll focus on today. As I say, any questions throughout the day, do feel free to get in touch via email or via Facebook. There's plenty of ways for you to do that. Tomorrow, I'm afraid there won't be a video. I've got to head up to Cambridge early on. I'll get the tips out. They'll be out early in the morning. They might even possibly come this evening. Might go back as well to doing them, to sending the text in the evening. We'll just see how that goes. But yeah, you might well get your tips this evening. If not, they'll be around about 7 AM tomorrow. They'll be early, and going to start getting them in earlier as well as of next week. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. As I said, unfortunately there won't be one tomorrow, but in your email we'll go through all of the stuff for the day. And if I haven't officially covered the big races I will give some thoughts on those in the emails as well, but you know, there's every chance some of those big races will be officially covered in the tips. But yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Good to see plenty of you watching once again. Let's have a good Friday. Let's put the week behind us and start to look ahead to the weekend and have a really, really good bookie bashing couple of days. Thanks for watching today, and bye-bye.